Of course, back in 2010, South Africa successfully hosted the FIFA World Cup. Trains played no small part in that success, but with a busy period ahead for sport in the country, is the network still up to the task? Well, we have the Sevens Rugby World Cup taking place in September, and of course Cape Town will be hosting the Netball World Cup next year. Our sports reporter Timkulu is checking on the readiness of the rail system, but she's of course looking at it from Johannesburg. Joining us now again. Good morning to you once again, Shoni. So it's been, what, 12 years since the 2010 World Cup, and South Africa has shown, at least from the rail network perspective, that upkeep and maintenance over the years hasn't really been their strongest suit. Has the rail, the station that you're at the moment in Nasrec, at least has that been kept up, maintained properly, considering that it was the focus for the 2010 World Cup?
Yeah, Mrena, so the Nasrec station is in a good condition still. Behind me, the building is still standing. We look at the platform, that's still standing. The chairs on the platform are still standing. The one thing that we did notice with Percy is that some of the cables along the railway line are missing. So I suppose that will be another issue, part of the bigger issue around cable theft around the railway stations in the country. Now, of course, this facility was built along with the bus rapid transport system and a revamp of the airports in line with transport plans for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. We had the stadium upgrades as well. One of those was the FNB Stadium where we are at now. And someone who knows very well about what was needed to be done around the rail infrastructure and the transport network is, of course, Jacques Robler from Stadium Management, who was very much in the thick of things at the time, Jacques, I remember. Just first of all, good morning, Jacques. Just in terms of the transport network and specifically the rail infrastructure, just from what it was before it was all revamped and upgraded, would you have been able to work with what was there at the time?
Not at all. You know, when we won the World Cup bid, a lot of money was put aside, about 50 billion on a national basis, to get ready for the World Cup. The World Cup has about 18 projects in addition to just the stadium, and most important to the stadium projects was the road infrastructure development programs. Some of that came way back in the early 2000s, the Blue IQ High Trans development initiatives. And when the World Cup came into existence, we needed to update and upgrade the traffic management systems. So without any upgrade of that nature, the World Cup would not have been able to be hosted at the success rate and level that we have done that.
And just what was the thinking in terms of having this particular station here connecting Joburg, Pretoria, even to come to Soweto? And just what were the conversations that we had about making sure that it does happen, given what was there before?
The most important is to understand that when you bring 90,000 people into the stadium precinct, statistics done and research done by CSIR at that stage predicted that 10% of people come to the stadium by means of motorcar, and 30% by metro rail, and 30% by taxis, and then buses also play a prominent role. So we needed to cater for that 30%, 31% according to the CSIR, to bring spectators into the venue. So that was the thinking, to split up the ingress of spectators into the facility. This specific area that we're standing on now didn't exist. This was actually part of the Expo Center in Johannesburg. It was private land that the City of Johannesburg bought from the Expo Center, and they developed the Nasrec precinct project, which includes obviously the two stations, the one that we're standing on the southern side, and a northern one that leads into Soweto. Also considering that in the province of Gauteng, the main roads, the main infrastructure roads is obviously Pretoria, CBD Johannesburg, to the west and to the east. But most important is also the Soweto link as the fifth link.
Okay, well, thank you. Unfortunately, Jacques, we do have to leave it there. But thank you just for your insights on the importance of the rail infrastructure network to the 2010 FIFA World Cup and planning around that event. Back to you, Morena.
All right, thank you very much, Shoni. That is our report, of course. Timkulu speaking to Stadium Management, South Africa's management, Jacques Robler. And that is where we leave it from the sports desk for now. G?
Yeah, it really was the